Didn't. This might. Trying to get my dribble right. Bear with me. I was putting this off. I was going to do this on the podcast. Make sure y'all follow me on all streaming sites. The Dribble Podcast by Gully TV. I'm on Spreaker, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, Apple. Wherever you download your podcast episodes, you can find me there. Just search Gully TV, The Dribble. Y'all come in here. I gotta be frank. Nobody wants to say it. So I'm gonna speak on it. It's very disturbing. Somebody got to say it. Because people ain't really confronting this situation. People acting a little bit naive. You know what I'm saying? Eric Scott, thank you. Roscoe James, peace. Henry Davis, peace. As y'all come in here, y'all like the video and hit the top subscription bell. That's how you get all of my live streams. I also want y'all to start sharing my shit, man. Share my shit to y'all YouTube community. You YouTubers who you just starting out, you trying to build your following. Share my videos, man. Share my live streams and shit. When that shit appear in the YouTube community, you'll get you some footing. You know what I mean? They'll notice you. Y'all can go to my website and grab this dope ass track jacket, therealdribble.com. But yeah, we got to talk about this case. I see a lot of tears in Milwaukee. I empathize with the family, but at the same time, I'm disturbed. I'm terribly disturbed, and I'm more disturbed by people not just saying the obvious, because it's all types of blatant signs of what this is, or what this was. This situation happened in Milwaukee, of course, the home of Jeffrey Dahmer, who killed and dismembered, young black men. I think he killed an Asian too. And you would think that would put people on defense, right? I gotta be brutally honest. I think this situation with this young lady will probably save a lot of lives. It's a reality check. Smacks everybody back to reality. You see these memes on social media. I know y'all seen them before, and when I see them, I don't like it. It's actually disrespectful and offensive. And what's more disrespectful and offensive is when you see girls commenting underneath. And this is the meme says, forget Jamal, get you a Jason. It say some shit like that. Or, you know what I'm saying, forget Malcolm, get you a Matthew. Y'all familiar with that? Y'all familiar with these types of memes? This is a meme that appears on social media implying that our black women should, I don't know, date outside of the race. And I'm not here pushing no racial agenda or anything like that, but we have to be brutally honest. I know y'all see, let me get you up out of here, man, you bugging. I know y'all see this meme that I'm speaking of. You know what I'm saying? Very, very disrespectful. And this is also pushed through music. This is also pushed through music when, I don't know which one of these twisted female rapper says something like, you know, I got a white boy on the roster and shit like that. Y'all familiar with that? They laugh and they think that this is something cool or something like that. But it's actually a lapse in defense. Y'all dropping the defense. Y'all forgetting who you dealing with. You forgetting the 500 years of slavery, the abuse, the castration of black men, all of the rapes that took place, the sodomy, all of the brutality suffered by black people through the civil rights era and through slavery, of course. Y'all act like y'all forgot, or y'all know what time it is and shit. And this young black girl, Sade Robinson, I think that was, yeah, Sade Robinson. I believe she was from Mississippi originally. Before they moved to Milwaukee, they was from Mississippi. You would think that they would be on their shit in that regard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you would be down in Mississippi fucking around like that. You probably know better. But anyway, we live in this society now where you hear a lot of girls say they chasing a bag. They chasing a bag. You hear them say that. And technically what this is the culture being pushed by music and in the communities and shit of bitches selling pussy, black women selling pussy. That's what it is. I just got to say that. When you see a 19-year-old girl, I'm pretty sure when they went out to wherever they was at, they went to a couple restaurants or lounges. I'm pretty sure the people that were serving them their drinks or serving their food looked at them and said, oh, I already know what this is and shit. She got to be selling pussy. Or this is one of them, you know, sugar daddy arrangements. She's chasing a bag, right? She was 19 years old and she got dismembered. She got dismembered. And I see below these videos, somebody just erased my comment. I was in a discussion earlier because somebody has a video out about it. It was informative, but I added my comment. I said, man, y'all know what this is. Y'all know what the fuck she was doing with him. She was selling pussy. She was selling pussy. This is a back page situation or some shit like that. And if it wasn't that, it was that mind frame that put her in the situation that she was in. I've seen pictures of her. Cute girl. He said, the new music, Sexy Red, Lotto, Glorilla, all endorse this poor behavior. I've seen the pictures of her, cute girl. And chicks that believe in this philosophy, they almost have a profile. You could look at them and tell what type of shit they own, like just in general society. Guys, when you see a chick, you can look at her and without her even speaking, you can look at her, how she dressed, how she put together, and kind of almost determine what the fuck is on her mind. You might be like 70% accurate, you dig? And I'm looking at her and I'm looking at how she dressed, and I see that they mentioned she had recently did a photo shoot and all of this shit. This is shit that goes on in society too. Chicks be doing little photo shoots, you know what I'm saying, online in they panties and they booty shorts and shit like that. This is all a part of this genocide that's being pushed by a lot of these female rappers. But I have to call this exactly what it is. And I'm pretty sure her mama know. Her mama know goddamn well they talking about what was she doing with him. If you look at her, she was a cute girl. And if you look at him, you know she had no business with him. This wasn't one of the white guys who probably grew up in the hip-hop generation, got a fade and shit like that. Got a fade, maybe a tan. You know what I'm saying? You could look at certain white guys' dress codes and you can kind of determine what type of peers they have and shit like that. You can do all of this just by visuals. This wasn't that. This wasn't that. And yeah, my man said facts. She would have called one of us broke and dusty and all of that. Yeah, they be saying all of that slick shit. They do. And I believe she probably went she probably would not had went to one of our houses on the first date like that. You know what I'm saying? I just find it hard to believe. I don't think she would have did that with a black man. You know what I'm saying? She thought that she was in a, I guess she felt that she was safe. Apparently she did. She went to his house after dating him or going on a date with him. She's 19, he's 33. A blind man could see what the fuck this was. She was chasing a bag. This is what they like to say. You feel me? And he dismembered her. God will execute a plan to save lives, you know, for the whole. You feel me? And she probably was sacrificed, or someone that's being used. Her mom called her an angel. Your angel is probably being used as an example to save a whole generation of young black girls who have been making these poor decisions. Y'all doing whatever for these BBLs. Y'all doing whatever for these BBLs. Y'all doing whatever to, you know, do these trips. You know, bitches like to take all types of trips and shit and take pictures and all of that. They want to be all in the mix, and this is something that's encouraged and, you know, supported by society, mainly social media and shit. And you looking at her. I'm about to go all into that. When you look at her and look at the way she was dressed, look at some of her pictures. Yeah, flued out. That's what they said. Black girl lost like a motherfucker. When you look at her pictures, she has the stereotypical pictures, the side pose, you know what I'm saying, bent down so you can see how voluptuous she is. They even got a way of positioning themselves on camera in a way that even if they don't have a bad body, it'll look like they do based on the way they sitting or squatting and shit like that. And I'm looking at her, little hot girl summer joint, and she's with this caveman, somebody she had nothing, no business being with. And I know that her family is saying that over and over and over. What the fuck was you doing with this guy? He wasn't her age. If she was just a couple of years younger, it would have been a pedophile situation. He wasn't her age, and they were totally opposite. She didn't, you have a problem determining what did she find attractive in this guy. How could he even get in her, how could he even get in her mix? Computers and social media, of course, and this whole chasing a bag shit bitches be talking about. My man said an escort, back pages, OnlyFans, selling pussy. People don't want to just flat out say it and shit. That's what the fuck this is. That's what this is. And she went to his house, risking her fucking life that she lost, when it's very well known that white males are sexually deviant. Their sexual desires, what turn them on, is a whole lot different than us in here, than black men and shit like that. When I seen this situation, it reminded me of a scene in the movie Heat. Y'all remember Heat? Y'all remember Heat? Y'all remember the white guy that, I forget his name. The white guy that De Niro punched in the mouth and shit. He shot somebody when they went to go rob and shit. He shot somebody and Robert De Niro was on his ass. You remember the scene when he was in the hotel? Who did he have with him? Young black girl. And I'll never forget that scene in that movie. It disturbed me. I don't even know why they put it in the movie, but it disturbed the fuck out of me. And before Wayne Grove, before he killed her, he told her, "You don't even know what this is, do you?" In the next scene, you see her mama at the scene of the crime screaming and shit like, "Oh my God, my baby." Your baby was selling pussy, baby. Your baby was selling pussy. She wasn't carrying it like a young lady. And this is what happened with this 19-year-old who got dismembered. They've been finding Parts of her body all over the goddamn place. Several more remains. This is from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Several more remains believed to belong to homicide victim Sade Carlina Robinson were discovered along the shores of Lake Michigan early Thursday, according to the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. They've been finding pieces of her all week. Shortly after 7:30 a.m. Thursday, a person walking along a remote tree-lined stretch of beach in South Milwaukee discovered an arm and a torso, the sheriff said in a news release. Topanga Brogdon, a resident of nearby Lake Bluff Apartments, woke up an hour later. Her backyard overlooks the beach, and she watched as officers carried a body bag down the cliff and towards the lake. This is what he did with her. According to this YouTube story that I seen before I got on here, he had a dungeon in his basement. He probably had other victims, but in this day and age, you got to be playing defense. You got to value your own life. Your life ain't worth a Birkin bag, baby. Your life ain't worth a fucking Birkin bag. Your life ain't worth them airline tickets. Weed is a big thing in today's society. You got dispensaries everywhere and shit like that. Your life ain't worth you getting high or whatever was promised to her to get her to his house where she met her fucking fate. I don't know Sade, but I'm angry with her. Even in death, I'm angry with her that she allowed herself to be in this type of situation. Somebody said no self-love. I'm hoping that this situation with her saves a whole generation of fatherless young ladies and shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe that this situation, this one incident, will save, thousands and thousands and thousands of young ladies from their detriment. There was a time when chicks that were selling pussy, and I'm not co-signing prostitution or pimping, I'm just keeping it G. When chicks that were selling pussy, they weren't so independent. They were supervised by some heavy pimping. And I'm pretty sure that they were warned. Women that sell pussy, the professionals, they were warned about these types of guys. You know what I'm saying? This is something that this didn't just start happening and shit. I'm pretty sure that niggas that be heavy pimping, they warn their women about placing themselves in these types of situations. You might want to institute the buddy system. I've heard that mentioned. She went to his house by herself. She committed so many errors, and unfortunately it cost her her life. I used to walk down there all the time, Brogdon told the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel while standing outside her apartment. I don't want to go down there anymore. I don't want to be the one to find what they just found. Robinson, 19, was last seen April 1st, reported missing April 2nd, the same day a leg was found on the lakeshore in Cudahy. Additional remains in Robinson's burned out car was found in Milwaukee in the following days. The investigation eventually led to Maxwell Anderson, 33, who has since been charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson in Robinson's death. In the days since Anderson was charged, volunteers have continued searching the Milwaukee area. Our thoughts and prayers and the full support of this agency remain with Robinson's family and loved ones as they grieve and process her tragic loss, the sheriff's office said. Damn. I think that this will serve as a lesson. My man said that's why they have pimping, to protect and keep track of them. Correct. If she was under somebody's pimping, man, if she didn't return after a certain hour or her whereabouts, all of that probably would have been accounted for. It probably wouldn't have went like this, or somebody probably would have been trying to be looking for her after a certain, time period. Can it safe to say we got arm and protect ourselves and teach our kids the same? This goes deeper than all of that. I just spoke about sundown towns and how us as men, we gotta watch ourselves. They'll mutilate one of us. They'll cut one of us to fucking pieces if you caught slipping, if you caught out of bounds. They'll be finding the arms and legs of a young black male, of a middle-aged black male, of an elderly black male. If your ass is caught out of bounds, you got to know and understand who the fuck you dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? He said he wouldn't do that to a white woman. He didn't do it to a white woman. He did it to a black woman, a teen, by the way. Straight up. He said somebody is supposed to shadow them as bad pimping. Nah, it's not that. In this era, you have what's called renegades. They just doing what the fuck they want. They just doing what the fuck they want. They learn the art of selling pussy from their friend and shit. From social media. From stories they done heard. From the bitch that came back with the, with the $10,000 BBL and shit like that. You feel me? That's where they picking this shit up at. Roll the dice. Risk your life. The sex industry is already dangerous. But you got to understand what you're dealing with. You got to understand what you're dealing with. For real. You got to understand the barbarians and the nature of the devil. This situation that happened to her, I say that she probably was fatherless because most motherfuckers are warn their daughters about getting in the cars with strangers, being places they ain't got no business, as well as growing up too motherfucking fast. What are you doing going on a date by yourself with a motherfucker you didn't encounter online or whatever, and ultimately went to his house on the first date, playing no defense at all? He said, yeah, it happens mostly to renegades. Yeah, you playing no defense at all. You thinking about the ultimate, you thinking about your goal. You thinking about where you gonna spend the money at. That's what she's thinking, where she gonna spend his money at. I just seen a young girl on social media a couple of weeks ago brag. They said, yeah, this is what they said. Forget Jamal, get you a Josh. That's what they be saying. Fuck Jamal, get you a Josh. They doing this. They paying bills. Bitch, you might have to pay with your life. Is your life worth it? Is your life worth it? This is already a dirty game. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say it again. This is well known. White men are sexually aroused differently than black men and shit like that. The shit that he did to her, he might have been coming the whole time he was chopping her the fuck up. This might have been something that he gets off at. He might get off doing shit like this. You feel me? This is the motherfucking truth. Like, we didn't see Marv Albert. He was one of the broadcasters for the Knicks. He liked to dress up and get the biting bitches and shit like that. He dress up in lingerie and shit and get the biting bitches and shit like that. It's been said that J. Edgar Hoover, the reason why he always denounced or wouldn't acknowledge there being an American mafia in the United States, the reason why he said there wasn't no mafia, because they had his dick in a vice. They had his dick in a vice. I read this. They had pictures of him dressed in lingerie, freaking off, doing his little deviant freak thing, and they held that over his head forever. And that's why he wouldn't acknowledge that it was a mafia in the United States. Yeah, he said Marv was a cross-dresser too, real weirdo. You seen the movie JoJo Dancer, the encounter the brother had with the guy in the hallway. He was turning a trick with a chick. She kicked him out the room. Get your freak ass the fuck up out of here. He gets in the hallway. They kicking him out the whole house. He turned around and asked one of the brothers, could you pee on me? This is type shit to get these motherfuckers off. They wired different than us. I hate to be the one to have to come here and say this. You know, people often dislike me for telling the truth, but this truth probably will save some lives. He laughed at that JoJo Dancer shit. Yeah. This truth probably would save some lives. She wasn't playing no defense, and yes, she was chasing a bag. That's what they call it today. Chasing a bag. She probably wouldn't have went to one of us. She probably wouldn't have went to one of our houses on the first night. We don't conceal our intentions. We coming to fuck, bitch. We done took you on a date. You went to 2 spots. I'm fresh dressed. I'm smelling like Creed. I'm trying to fuck something. And chicks know that about us. You feel me? He rocked her to sleep. He rocked her to fuck to sleep. And she thinking she was in control of the situation. Ladies, you can't whoop no man. You can't whoop no man. It's very few and far between where you're going to get out on a man. You think that you can, you know, maneuver or handle a man. Y'all try to fight us. You feel me? Y'all be trying to fight us. Y'all buck at us. But we all know if you punch a woman in the face, you take all the fight out of her. The first punch might not do it. The second one gonna do it for sure. She gonna turn feminine right away. She gonna turn vulnerable right away. And this guy was a lot bigger than her, so she didn't stand a chance. He cut her ass to fucking pieces and set her car on fire. That's fucked up. And I know her mom wish she kept track of her baby a little bit more than that. It's just an unfortunate situation, but again, it's probably gonna save some lives. A man's strength is different fact. He said, dude look crazy. Ain't no way she should have been with him. No way, no how. What the fuck did she? Like I said, this cat looked like Triple H. He didn't have the fade, you know. What's the Travis Kelce, the boy that played for the Kansas City Chiefs? He didn't have the fade and, you know, the tan and dress like, you know, like he want to be dapper and shit like that. He said probably escorting. We ain't gonna call it that because that sounds sophisticated. She was selling pussy. She was selling pussy. Yeah. He said she bragged about meeting this guy. Yeah, jackpot. She thought it was jackpot. She thought it was jackpot. And let's not leave the mothers out because the mothers be co-signing this shit, telling their daughters that this shit is okay. They be telling them that this shit is okay. There was a song a long time ago that said, use what you got to get what you want. That's bad advice. It was bad advice then, and it's bad advice fucking now. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention that this shit happened in Milwaukee. This is the home of Jeffrey Dahmer. They got a dark history with black folks up there. Straight up. He said, my girl got license to carry. She keep it with her. Even with a pistol. Motherfucker try a chick with a pistol. For real. A man in his mind, yeah, she got the gun, but if I land this right hand, she's out of here. She's out of here. That's all I got to do is land this overhand, punch her in her motherfucking face. She's out of here. So, you know, he said her mama was on that too. I'm pretty sure her mama knew what she was doing. She probably announced him to her mom. Mom, my friend. That's what they be saying. My friend. I got a friend. He wasn't your friend. He wasn't your friend. And your mother being from Mississippi, y'all being Mississippi transplants, y'all supposed to already be on defense. You supposed to already be on defense. I don't think that she would have did this shit in Mississippi where they finding body parts of motherfuckers for the last 200 years. I don't think she would have did that down there. She thought she was doing something slick. She thought she was doing something slick, and anybody that was made aware of it, if she had like associates, friends, close friends, even her mom, she probably told somebody, girl, I got me a friend. He a white boy. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give him some of this pussy, and you already know what. He gonna buy me this. He gonna do this for me. We gonna go here. We gonna do this. You're not going nowhere without your limbs, baby. He cut you all up. Yeah, he cut you all up, cut you into pieces, and now this is top story in the world, in the United States anyway. And I believe this is an incident that will smack everybody back to reality. Remember what y'all said on social media, ladies. Fuck Jamal, get you a Jason. She got her a Jason. Jason Voorhees. Yeah, Jason Voorhees. This girl was black, dark-skinned, chocolate joint, lips, you know, be all dolled up and shit like that. Somebody that one of us probably should have been fucking or some shit like that. She should have been attracted to someone who looks like me or someone who looks like one of you guys in the chat. This guy that killed her, he even looked like a barbarian in handcuffs. He don't look like he give a fuck about what's going on. He don't. He looked like evil personified in the courtroom. He don't look like, oh, I'm busted. He don't look like I'm embarrassed. He don't look like none of that shit. He look ice fucking cold. Like, yeah, I chopped this bitch up. And he could possibly have a white supremacist background or something to that effect. Yeah. He said white zaddy worship is at an all-time high. Yeah, that's what they be saying. If you on social media, you listen to what they be saying. It's a song. I seen some chicks on social media talking about, I got a white boy on my roster and da-da-da-da-da-da. Really? Really? When they get you where they want you at, they not gonna look at you and see their niece. They not gonna look at you and see their sister or nothing like that when they looking at your beautiful black skin. He probably was filled with hatred to begin with. He probably was on a murder mission to begin with. They say that he had something that resembled a dungeon in his basement. Superior evil. Superior evil. Cut her the fuck up. And then he went and sprinkled her body parts all over the place. Put an arm here, put a foot over here, put the torso over here. He driving around dumping parts of her ass out all over Milwaukee. Just discarding her like trash. Her belongings, put it in the trunk of the car, set it on fire. Evil, evil, evil. And it didn't have to go that way. It didn't have to go that way. You know, sometimes when we want to take a chick out, they'll make an excuse and say, I'm going to bring my friend, or I got my cousin with me, girl. I don't know him. And you end up taking two bitches out. We done been there and shit. Chick come out the house. You like, who the fuck is this other bitch with her and shit? And it might be too late. She might be bad enough to you say, fuck it, I'll pay. And here come two of them coming out the house. And their explanation is, we don't know you, or she don't know you, or some shit like that. She didn't apply those same safety precautions. She didn't. She didn't apply those same safety precautions with this guy. For real. If you've been around killers, they all have a certain vibe to them if you pay attention. Yeah, she couldn't pick up on nothing. She couldn't pick up on nothing. Chicks that be in the streets, chicks that's veterans are selling pussy and shit like that, they come with a defense system. They done already been through the bullshit. They done already been cheated. You dig what I'm saying? They done already been shortchanged. Like anything that you could imagine, they already come with that type of defensive mind already. This girl was an amateur. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She should have known he didn't have any money. Look at him. He said, race play been a thing to these women. I bet you they stopped this shit now. I bet you this changed their train of thought because y'all have openly discarded us. Y'all have. Y'all have. And I'm not sitting here saying that a chick won't encounter a black man or a man of color of some type that won't do the same. I'm just explaining that the history. Just look at the history. Just look at the history. Just look at the history. Ted Bundy, Son of Sam, all these types of motherfuckers. Just look at the history. I just seen a documentary recently. They trying to say one of the most prolific serial killers is a black man named Sam Little or some shit like that, who went all over the country killing motherfuckers and shit. Could be some truth to that. But I know she would have had a different level of defense if she was dealing with a black man. I ain't going to his house by myself. We gonna smoke the weed in a car. She went in the fucking house. Soon as that door closed behind her, rest in peace. He said justice for Sade Robinson, the GoFundMe surpassed 30,000. GoFundMe for what? It ain't even nothing to bury. What they gonna bury her foot? There's nothing to even bury. And GoFundMe for what? For her being reckless? For her being reckless. What is the GoFundMe for? Her mother ought to be fucking ashamed of herself. When you know the play, when you know what was going on, this probably ain't her first runner. This probably ain't her first race. This probably ain't the first time she did this. Her mom could co-sign. Her mom probably a professional trick or some shit like that. I'm not putting no insinuations on her. I'm just focusing on the obvious and shit. Everybody don't be moving like that. She was 19. He was 33. He didn't look like he had any type of flavor. He didn't have the fade, and he didn't dress urban and hip hop. He didn't, none of that. This is somebody that she had no business with. Period. He said, damn, sad but true. I left this comment under this video, and I went back and I see they erased my comment, but I could see people replying to what I said and shit. There's people saying, I thought the same thing. I know motherfucking well y'all thought the same thing. It's obvious. This is one of them OnlyFans back page things and shit. We've heard about chicks going over to Dubai, going over there getting shitted on, pissed on and shit like that. And we know who be pursuing that shit. They be doing anything to get their BBLs and shit, or get that Birkin bag, or get the latest sports car, the latest foreign car and shit like that. You'll see, I've seen videos of chicks on live. I bullshit you not. I've seen videos of chicks on live in fancy looking houses and shit. You know, flossing, popping their shit, and naively, the old white man don't know that she got her camera on. He been walked in the kitchen past the camera, and they get to fumbling trying to, oh, nah, bitch, we didn't see him. We seen him. We know what the fuck's going on. This has happened regularly on social media. We've seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no pics. Yeah, they be fucking old white men and shit. Geriatric motherfuckers they done met at their job. Yeah, chicks will fuck their co-workers, they white co-workers and shit like that. All of that type shit go on in society today. It does. Somebody need to say it. And you chicks in here, y'all know what y'all girlfriends be into. Y'all can comment, y'all can interject, y'all can elaborate and say, yeah, my homegirl fucking a white dude. Oh yeah, I did this. So go ahead and be transparent. You one of the survivors. You didn't run into Voorhees. You didn't. Yeah, he said managers, all that. Yes, this be going on. Yes, this be going on. You don't think that we don't know what the fuck y'all into. We do. You know why? Because y'all attitudes change and shit when y'all come back around us and shit. Y'all do. Y'all do. Y'all attitudes be changing. Y'all be looking for somebody to fund y'all lifestyle. I posted a video on my Instagram last year. It was this old geezer, this old hood rat ass bitch, probably damn near 70, got the quick weave and shit, talking about some, hey, y'all stop texting these girls asking them what they doing. We doing milk. We doing Pampers and rent. Send a cash app. Old rotten ass bitch. Encouraging the destruction. Y'all remember that video? Y'all remember that video? Encouraging the destruction. Sending bitches straight to the fucking cemetery. Yeah. They don't gain anything long term, just screwed and discarded. Something strange for a piece of change. Y'all remember that? Man, some of your favorite models out here recording themselves sitting on toilets. This where we at. Civilians, girls who 19, who just started to live, college age. They don't have to be influenced by people that they don't know. They don't. They don't. Yeah. He said that's why they always end up with killers. There's a lot of older chicks misleading young chicks. This is facts. This is facts. And again, as far as, selling pussy go, this ain't the situation where chicks is in niggas stables and shit, and niggas is keeping track of they bitches and shit. And not only that, pimps be knowing who the fuck that they be knowing who the fuck they bitches getting in the car with. You know what I'm saying? A pimp will pull up on a bitch, get the fuck out that car. What the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Playing defense. Like, you might not see him, but he'd probably be out there on the strip with her. It ain't like that no more. All of this shit is going on behind closed doors with cell phones and shit like that. And you have a lot of what's referred to as renegades. That's chicks who have no direction, no education, out here selling pussy. Just came up with it on their own. They just learning on the fly. You might not get a second chance. You might end up cut the fuck up like Sade Robinson. That's the truth. He said all freelancers. Yup. Doing anything to get the latest designer, the latest Birkin bag, the latest foreign. Remember when all these words wasn't a big thing in society? Remember when a regular car was cool? A Buick or some shit like that. Honda, Illumina. You know what I'm saying? Remember all of these cars was legitimate cars? You find the most downtrodden hood rat, and she be talking about a goddamn foreign. Can't even afford a tune-up. Can't afford to put gas in the motherfucker. But you got this on your fucking mind. And you will sacrifice your lives to get it. Yeah, Oldsmobile, all of them was good cars. Get you where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable. Run forever. It ain't like that no more. Everybody want this high-end shit. And a lot of people can't afford it. A lot of people can't afford this shit. And a lot of people feel that they have to have these things to exist or sit at the cool table or, assimilate with other people in society. Chryslers, LeSabres, Grandma, all of these regular vehicles was enough. Nah. These bitches want some shit that they didn't heard a bitch rap about on a song or they didn't see pass through social media, not knowing that these bitches probably don't even own these motherfucking cars. It's very well known that motherfuckers is getting less than a penny music streaming. So to think that people own these $250,000 cars and shit like that, you simply being naive. My man said blame Jay-Z. Jay-Z had a lot to do with it. He had a lot to do with it. He did. He did. He 100% did. Because I remember he did. He did. He did. And the ones that's really rich drive regular vehicles. That's why these chicks be missing their potential prizes. Yeah. I'd rather my bank account be foreign than my car. They fall for the illusions from the industry. Sade Robinson paid with her life. He said, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. He came through spitting. Yeah, they was elated when he died because he was passing on that truth. And he was brutally honest. He said, you got niggas out here really risk their lives to purchase luxury cars and designers. Yeah, that's motherfuckers trafficking fentanyl, selling bricks and all of that. All of that. I get that. I get that. But even then, niggas be thinking different. Niggas know danger, especially when it's Caucasian men involved and shit. Niggas know danger. Believe you me. Some people get caught slipping. I just got on here and told y'all about the sundown towns. I can defend myself. I know that they be disappearing motherfuckers when they get you in their element. Your ass will disappear. And that's what dude tried to do with Sade Robinson. He tried his best to make her disappear. He cut her the fuck up. Yeah. Imagine putting on for people who don't even know you or give a fuck about you. It's all goofy at the end of the day. Correct. Rest in peace to her. But her death will save some lives. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women having talks with their daughters this evening or this week or even after this video. You need to have them talks with your daughters and talk to them about playing defense and being mindful who the fuck they associate with and going places by themselves with people that they just met and all of the above. For real, this girl's death will save probably a generation of young black girls. There's plenty black girls that was living just like her, doing this same shit and probably getting away with it, probably getting away with getting a couple dollars and shit like that. But it's just a couple dollars. It ain't worth your fucking life. Or probably was getting away with getting some material things. And again, it ain't worth your fucking life. Some bitches y'all gonna have to rethink y'all train of thought. He said she was misguided. Misguided like a motherfucker. And for people to act like this wasn't a incident where I'm just chasing a bag. I'm trying to get my bag. That's what they be saying. You got a bag. Well, what's left of you got a bag. They probably gonna stuff your arm, your leg, and your foot, whatever they found. They probably gonna put that in a bag somewhere, but that's the end. That's it's curtains. Black girl lost. Nasty Nas. Speaking of Nas and Primo got a new song out and it's dope as fuck. We've been waiting for Nas and Preem to get back together. I like it. I like it. I like it. Everything about it. I love when Primo get the cutting on the hook and all of that. Just 100% good hip hop music. But I'm feeling the fuck out that record. When the production is right, Nas ain't gotta do much. He's Esco today. He don't gotta do much. Long time no see, Esco. He don't gotta do much when the production is right. Whenever the whack or the mediocre beats show up, he gotta work extra hard to try to fashion a song and shit. But when that shit dope, when it sound good, when it got soul, jackpot. He said Ludacris, Runaway Love. Black Girl Lost. That was a Donald Goins book, I believe, before Nas made the song. But yeah, she got the bag she was looking for. She got the bag she was looking for. Zip her up. And if you're watching this video, make sure you have that talk with with your daughters so they not naive to the fact. You might have to show them some footage of I tell this to people all the time. If you can, if you're able to afford it, you should go to the Museum of African American History, I believe that's what it's called, in Washington, D.C., and go all the way to the bottom. Go all the way to the bottom. As you go up in floors and shit, you know, you start seeing the advancements of black people as you go up. But at the very, very bottom, you see slave quarters. You see the actual fucking shackles, leg irons that they had on motherfuckers in slavery and shit. You see all the ugly shit. It's right there in front of you. I said that people that kill black, you know, black on black crime and shit like that, they should take niggas and take them to the first floor of that museum and let them see what the fuck our people went through when you run around here killing and, you know, maiming and misusing, you know, black folks. You need to go see this shit. You need to go down there and see it and start at the very, very first level and see how small the slave quarters was, how small them little ass huts was, and the shit that they was sleeping on, and the leg irons, the shit that I wanted to touch, the shit that had my people confined, because, you know, it's 500, 600 years later and shit. I'm feeling mighty. I'm saying to myself, I want to see what the fuck had my people confined, why they couldn't break out this shit. And I had it in my hand. It was no breaking out this shit. It wasn't. There was some cast iron shit. It wasn't no breaking out this shit. They was putting this shit around motherfuckers' necks and a bunch of other barbaric shit. But if you can afford to see it, you should go to that museum and check that shit out. You know what I'm saying? From the ground up. And by the time you get to the 60s, you might start feeling a little bit better about yourself, because that's when like Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier and, you know, Maya Angelou and all these people, this is when they started to dominate and they started to really explode and, you know, express black excellence. It was some shit that made you feel proud and shit. And you can just continue to go up the stairs till you get to modern day hip hop and you see LL's Troops and his Kango and Flavor Flav's Clock and Run DMC's Shell Toes and all of that shit. Bootsy Collins glasses and Prince jacket, the jacket from Thriller, like all of these things was donated to this museum to give this museum a very, very authentic feel. But if you ain't been there yet, you need to go there. Take your kids there and shit. He said his Emmett Till casket still there. It probably was. I know I was sick to my stomach on them first 2-3 floors. It was traumatic. It was traumatic. I could feel death. You know what I'm saying? I almost felt like I heard my people screaming and shit down there. It was that graphic, that real and shit. And it would make you never want to commit or abuse anybody to look just like you, because we've been abused enough. For real. They don't even show Roots anymore, something that made you think. I heard a lot of that shit from Roots was made up. Alex Haley was lying, but the message was still potent. Rest in peace to Lou Gossett Jr. I believe he was the fiddler in that. But yeah, shout out to Nas. Y'all like this video. It's almost 500 people here. Make sure y'all go look up the story of Sade Robinson. This is a modern day Emmett Till situation. She's just a girl. It's the modern day Emmett Till. Yeah. Modern day Emmett Till is very disturbing, and don't look away. Acknowledge this shit. Look at what the fuck happened. Read the story and acknowledge her error and acknowledge her fucked up train of thought that would allow her at 19 years old to not only go on a date to a couple different establishments, but go to the house of her executioner. Make sure y'all go see that shit. Straight up. It'll make you it'll put you back on defense, and that's what black women need to be on defense. You need to be on defense for real at all times, because you got something precious that they want. I seen a billionaire who wants to have his, he told his people, he got so much money, if I die, freeze me. They're gonna freeze him and put him in a fucking refrigerator or freezer some motherfucking where and keep him there until they can figure out a way to bring him back to life. And he seems to think that the element that's needed to extend his life is found in black women. He said it out of his mouth. He said it out of his fucking mouth. Based on genetic testing, he said, y'all got the life, the vibranium, you know what I'm saying? The serum, the black woman got it. So there's just something for you to chew on this Friday night. He said, Nygaard is the billionaire's name. There you go. I'm up out of here, man. I want y'all to enjoy y'all evening. Don't stop playing defense, man. You got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth for a reason and shit. She probably, if she was on her A game, and she probably was inebriated, you know, feeding her alcohol and shit like that, ain't even old enough to be nowhere drinking. Got her off of her A game, and she blew it, chasing a bag. So y'all remember that. Next time y'all want to discard Jamal for Jason, you might get a Voorhees. Peace.